Hello everybody, this is Big T, and today we're going to play a mystery game called Proxy by Sonoshi. Link will be below if you want to give it a hand. Now, from what I've read of this game, I haven't got a whole lot of information quite yet. It's a classic mystery game. This is the first one I've actually played in about a decade, so I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. However, this was supposed to be one of the first stencyl games, I believe, for this person, and just from what it's looking like so far, I mean, it kind of reminds me of the movie Devil, if anyone's seen that. So let's see what we got here. Now, when it comes to mystery games, I actually am a fan of a good mystery. Sadly to say, I really enjoy like the Sherlock Holmes style mystery, the minutiae development. 4th floor, so Zachary's going to the 4th floor, and I'm sure we got to look at all this and see what we can, glean what we can, use our mental faculties to their greatest abilities. And what the hell, what's the matter, what's happening? There actually isn't a whole lot of sound, so it's only one song, which that really doesn't bother me so much. Try and actually keep track of everything while I'm talking, so pardon me if I just go silent for a moment. Now, that's not a good thing to start off with, Zachary. So, as I was saying, I'm a big fan of the Sherlock Holmes style of minutiae deductions, the ability to get or glean information from small details, and I would like to see a mystery game do that, so saw that this was a mystery game, jumped right in, and oh crap, shit's already hit the fan. Now, what I'm going to do, actually, is at the end of the game, whenever we have to figure out who the killer is, please, there's someone dead in here! That wouldn't be the reason I would be worried. I'd be more of, someone killed someone in here! Actually, Aleph makes a point. You can't really kill someone in a few seconds by hanging, so. Anyway, as I was saying, what's going to happen is I'm going to do this twice. Once will be on a more crazy gut feeling reaction style, and the other one will be on a video later. It'll actually be who I think is the killer. Good evening, my dear hostages. Let me introduce myself. My name is Proxy. I kill people for fun, and I really enjoy murdering those who don't appreciate their lives, just like you, my dear hostages. Okay. I guess you can't call me human. I'm a bit different from you. A more advanced being. Now, today, I want to test how smart I am. In other words, I want to make sure I kill every one of you, one by one, while keeping myself hidden inside one of you. Okay. That's kind of creepy. Today, you will put your intellect and deductive skills into test. If you care about your life, kill the intruder who I am inside before I kill you, my dear hostages. Let the game begin, my dear hostages. So, anyway, I'm going to make two choices. With this video, I'm actually going to make more of a kind of a second-hand gut reaction, if you know the feeling. Something that, if it wasn't the first one, it would probably be this one, if that was the case. Why does he end his sentences with my dear hostages? Now, Aleph made a point that you can't hang someone in a couple seconds, so I think it has to be someone who has a high amount of power, and I don't see really the girls are kind of beefy forearms as the four guys, and I don't know. by learning his past. That is a great idea, Maxwell. I hope everyone agrees with me. I hope so too, you shiny chrome dome scholar, you. Now, 27-year-old detective. All right. Now, I was classified by the FBI as one of the sharpest detectives in the world. I am holding a gun for defense purposes. Okay, so that's one gun we know about, people. Just keep a note of this. I intend to use it right after I discover Proxy's true identity. Guess that's enough for an introduction. Now, Odin's a 44-year-old maintenance worker in this same building. So, he had to fix an electricity issue on the 6th floor. And if you actually see, the woman is being hung by an electrical cord. So, that is something. 25-year-old teacher, Ishiyama High. Jordy, 30 years old. Mentally disturbed. Well, aren't we all? My dear friends, huh? That's weird. Held in the mental hospital for 7 years. We finally got out last year. Well, okay. I'm now classified as a cured patient, so please don't panic, my dear friends. Huh. Oops. This hospital doesn't treat mental illness. That's, wow. Maybe you need to go back just to make sure you get some of that ADHD medication. I understand the problem. It's okay. It's okay. So we got a student, and then we got Zachary, a software developer. He's also holding a gun and has legal permission to keep it. So that means between the 7 people, we have 2 guns. What? A gun? Why didn't you suspect Maxwell? I mean, who says these people are telling the truth? Anyway, now, for this one, I'm going to pick something that I'm pretty sure is not the killer, but I may be wrong, and I'm going to do another one, and in another video, shorter one, so you won't see all of this. Why is Zachary having issues with a gang? He's a software developer. That's kind of... I think all these people got a couple screws loose. Anyway, as it comes to my decisions, the first one I'm going to be picking someone just on, what would be the most interesting, I think. The second one, it would be the person who I think is the killer. And if I'm wrong after that, we're going to go 3, 4, 5 until if I have to hit all 7, so be it. Now, going into this, there actually is not a whole lot of prompts. I haven't actually clicked much except maybe to push the story along. So you're not actually making decisions. You're just kind of watching this and getting the information. Which, if you like that sort of thing, wow. Maxwell is really taking it like a champ. My arm! My arm! Now I get it. Trying to play a mind game with me, isn't it? Really? I thought he was trying to rip you limb from limb. Cases like this were encountered by the police several times before. The police found victims dead lying on the ground with absolutely no evidence on them. I don't know. They assumed it was done by a skilled serial killer. They were decided to close the cases until last year. The FBI assigned those cases to me. And no doubt about it, Proxy is the most likely one who was murdering these people so far. So obviously he wants me to take part in one of his little games. Probably the reason why he didn't choose to end my life right away. Well, Max, This isn't the time for complaining and feeling the pain. I don't know. I've never had my arm ripped off. It's just a hand. It's your arm! Dear God, man! It's your right arm! I hope you're left-handed. Oh, that's gonna suck. Oh, that's bad. You are, Proxy. You made it look like you're not the culprit by sacrificing your arm. Now, here's the thing I don't like. Most people, from what I've shot, and I've shot very little, considering if they use a gun, which Maxwell has, you have a dominant hand. And firing in your offhand, it feels a little bit wrong if you're not used to it. Now, being a past detective, he may or may not have the experience to fire from his offhand, or maybe he uses a two-handed grip. But even if he uses a two-handed grip, with one hand being AWOL, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Okay, so I'm just, my thoughts are thinking, Maxwell, one-armed dude, not really feeling it here. I don't think it's him. Proxy wants us, didn't get to curse each other so that we will kill each other and make his job so much easier, the lazy bum. Proxy, don't you dare touch me. Oh my. And holy crap. Shouldn't have stepped into the cell. How did you... Okay, question from the classroom. Okay, we have someone who has a pole that's going through their midsection, and they got speared into the floor. So, quick question. How did anybody not notice that? I don't really know. Okay. What if the murderer is like a little girl? Odin... Okay, I'm not a scientist. How much force does it take to put a pole through somebody? I would think it's a lot of power. Now, unless, she's a Olympic javelin thrower, which it seems like all the guys have, bigger arms, or in Maxwell's case, arm, than her, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, there's cracks in the floor. Oh my goodness. That's what rotten people get anyway. Rotten people? More like, no one deserves getting slaughtered. Yes, that is true, Odin. Well, you're not making a whole lot of sense with everything you say, but neither am I, so. But hopefully I'm making just a little bit more than you. How these elevators work. You're perfectly the right person to make this elevator block like it did. And you were the one who pushed the elevator button upon entering. Give me a reason why we shouldn't accuse you of being Proxy. The crazy dude makes a point. And you keep ending your sentences with "my dear friends." I think I heard something similar before. You know what? All I'm hoping is that the girls don't die at this point. The one who will die this time is the key to reveal Proxy's identity. Not yet, but the one who will die this time is going to settle conclusions in my mind. Yep, I think I understand your thought process, Maxwell. Think we're on the same wavelength here. I think we got the same book and we're reading the same page. And the old woman did it! Thought I would enjoy this game a little longer. Yes. What are you talking about? Me? Proxy? What the hell is that? That's right, Jordy. You know the old woman killed that man. She was an Olympic javelin thrower. Look how that's through his head. I mean, only someone with the beefy forearms that she had. I mean, she's probably just breathing normally in the news. She's probably got a neck made out of steel cables. You couldn't know this hospital doesn't treat mental illness in the first place. Second, Odin, you killed him for noticing the fact that you end your sentences with "my dear friends." Or, yeah, okay, which is pretty similar to the way Proxy ends his sentences. I don't really see anyone more suspicious than you. Uh-huh. Now, here's why I think it's the old lady. A, it'd be a lot more interesting, and B, if you notice, each of the murders after her has been really bloody. Well, maybe I'm going to be wrong here. What should we do? And survey says, yep, old woman did it. Now, I'm sure there's a couple people who will see this and go, how can the old woman do it? You've obviously never met my grandmother. She was a very just loving woman. Nicest grandmother you could ever meet. She was built like a Steelers linebacker. And she could hit like one. So, with that context, I can look at that and go, if anyone could, my grandma could, yeah. I don't think she ever would unless, you made an insult to her garlic bread or something, but, ugh. Wouldn't that be interesting? The old lady did it. Now, 3 down, 4 down, because technically the old lady's dead. 5 down. See, the old lady, she even mucked around with the other bodies. You could see that. I mean, one has a pole going through it now. And even cracked the floor again. Makes me wonder how structurally sound this elevator is. You look at that. Look at that. The old lady even dragged the body over. You made up your mind. You have a gun, you will shoot someone with it. That's what I would have done. Go ahead. Yep. 99 grams. It was worthless to shoot her. Really? I don't see any blood. And she's still not bleeding. One of the hostages is actually not dead. See? There you go. Yes. Meaning that the person's pretending to be dead. Well, Proxy, have I gotten you? Exactly. Are we safe? Well, that would actually be interesting. Rescue team won't take long to enter the elevator. The one thing I have a problem with the game so far is it is a relatively short game, and looking up the information for it, this was one of their first experiences making a game with the engine. So for everything that's done so far, I could not tell that, which I think was good. Is Proxy still here? I want to live. Alright, Proxy. So it wasn't the old woman. Well, I'm going to do this one more time. And until then, thanks everybody for watching. And see you again real soon. I'll just have a second video up